right, now we have on-screen ships with Jacob.
All right. All right. How's everyone doing tonight? Everyone doing good? It's so glad to see you all. How's the food? Is it good? Wonderful. That's what I like to hear. That's what we all like to hear at the cause. So I'm very excited to be hosting this short segment here at the February 2024 Monthly Focus. It's all about relationships, specifically healthy relationships. And I know that in previous segments of the show, we looked at healthy and unhealthy relationships in real life. But for this short, fun segment, we're going to be looking at some healthy and unhealthy relationships in pop culture, specifically in movies and TV, because believe me, there are a lot. I'm sure you can name a bunch, but we're going to, for the sake of time, we're going to look at 3 relationships in movies and TV, and then a 4th bonus one. So I'm going to ask you, yes, you, the audience, to guess who these people are, and then we're going to look at why their relationship is healthy or unhealthy. So let's start with round 1. Can anyone tell me who this famous duo is? Yes. That's correct. The Joker and Harley Quinn. We're not going to focus on the guy in the bat suit in the back. But yes, Joker and Harley Quinn. This duo has always teamed up to sabotage Batman. But I'm pretty sure almost all the time they failed. But as we see on the next slide, even though they are a pretty famous couple, they don't exactly have the best relationship. The Joker consistently abuses and mistreats Harley in a variety of ways. Physically, of course, but also mentally and emotionally in the stunts and the different plans that they use. And some might say that Harley exhibits some form of Stockholm Syndrome, which is a phenomenon where a person who is being mistreated, and especially held captive, starts to irrationally like their captive and the person who's above them. The Stockholm Syndrome, as you might be wondering, was a phenomenon that was first discovered a few decades ago, several decades ago, in Stockholm, Sweden, where there was a bank robbery, and these captors took a lot of people hostage, and then the hostages, after a while, started to become manipulated into liking their captors and to actually favoring them. So the Joker and Harley Quinn, they are a pretty famous duo in the Batman the Animated Series. However, their relationship is obviously not the best. But let's move on to round 2. This is a pretty famous couple from a very famous TV show. Who is this couple? Shout it out. Jim and Pam, that is correct. They're pretty famous lovers from The Office, a very famous TV show that's widely loved by a lot of people. And as we'll see on the next slide, Jim and Pam, I would say, do have a healthy relationship. As we can see on the next slide, even though they're not perfect, they do definitely exhibit genuine love for each other. And they also are, they obviously use humor a lot in their relationship. Because, of course, The Office is primarily a comedy show. Raise your hand if you like The Office, by the way. I do. I like The Office. I haven't seen all of it, but I can see that a good number of you like The Office. And obviously, The Office does deal with some other themes, but it's primarily a comedy show. And as we can see through Jim and Pam's relationship, they definitely do crack jokes often. They make, witty comments and remarks. And that's definitely a good agent to bond your relationship with someone, is to use humor. And, of course, also displaying genuine love and affection for each other. On to round 3. So this is our first and I believe only non-human couple. But could anyone tell me who this famous relationship is? Just shout it out. Kermit and Miss Piggy, that's correct. Kermit and Miss Piggy are a pretty famous couple from the Muppets. And while they may be very well known, as we'll see on the next slide, their relationship is not exactly the best. Miss Piggy often resorts to violence to solve her problems, including, even if it's just a little minor inconvenience, she'll usually resort to violence instead of collaboration and communication, which she should be doing. A lot of times she's also very manipulative towards Kermit and kind of twists him, and in addition to her being uncompassionate, is not exactly the best for poor Kermit the Frog. But as we can see, Kermit and Miss Piggy, they are a pretty well-known relationship, but they definitely have aspects of the relationship that we should stay away from. All right, now on to round 4. This couple does not exist in movies or TV, but they are a very famous duo nonetheless. They have been getting a lot of attention lately, and I'm sure that a lot of you have heard of them in some way or another. So, I'm afraid not. But could anyone tell me the correct answer to who is this couple? Yes, who is this famous couple? Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, the football player. That is correct. They've been getting a lot of media coverage lately, especially because, obviously Taylor Swift, if you watch the NFL, you've probably seen her at a lot of football games, including the Super Bowl a week or two ago. So for round 4, as we'll see on the next slide, I'm going to ask you, the audience, what do you think of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's relationship? Now, I'm going to let you decide and give me some evidence as to either one. Now, I know that some people may have strong opinions either way, so I ask you to please be respectful to Kelce and Taylor Swift and also respectful to your audience members. But other than that, if you could just raise your hand, does anyone have any opinions on whether their relationship is healthy or unhealthy? Anyone at all? Yes, I'll go with Mr. Scott first. Oh, okay, Mr. Hollins first. All right, do you think that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have a healthy or unhealthy relationship?
I don't know, and I think I should know about it.
That's a good answer. I cannot lie. That is a pretty good answer. Yes, that would be healthy as well. Yes. All right, Mr. Scott, I believe you had an answer as well.
Well, we don't really know what goes on behind closed doors. But I will say that in the public spotlight, they have shown that they support each other's careers, which I think is a very healthy thing to do, to support the interests of your partner.
Absolutely. Can we get one more answer from the audience of any your opinions, whether they're healthy or unhealthy? Anyone else? One more. Ms. Hayat, do you have an answer?
I don't have it, but I mean, it does appear like, they're there for each other in that way. So I'll say that's a good thing to be there for somebody.
All right, yeah. Obviously, being with your partner and always sticking by them is, of course, a very important part of any relationship. So that was On-Screen Ships. That was my segment, Monthly Focus. I'm Jacob. Hope you guys enjoy. And for the next part of the segment, I will turn it over to our hosts, Milan and Ethan.
Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow the cause on social media.